Here she is in all her glory. It laces up the back. Plenty of clearance under the arm. Okay, so now we're going to start making this new summer top that I've been designing for you guys. And here's what we're going to make. You're going to have to make two of these, of course. This is one side. I wanted you to see what we're going to make. I'm using that same type yarn. It's a cotton yarn from Michaels. I think it's called Loops and Threads. I'm not crazy about it, but I love that CK, but I can't find that. So. Okay, so we're going to get started. Got my trusty bowl. I'm using a Susan Bates size 9 or I, it says. 9 or I. Susan Bates. So we're just going to do a slip knot. I made myself a little chart of what we're doing here. That would bore you to tears. Okay, so we're going to chain 13. Then we're going to chain one more and go into that 13th chain and make a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 single crochets. I like to give it a little stretch. Okay, now where we just put that last single crochet, that space right there, I like to grab a hold of that little knot string there, because we're going to go back in there and we're going to do one single crochet, then we're going to do a second single crochet, and I'm going to take a stitch marker and put in that one, and then we're going to do a third one beside that. Then we'll just give that knot a little yank to pull it away. And now we're just going to go down this side doing 13, and I'm going to enclose this tail with it. 1, and the last one is 13. Chain 1 and turn. That's what we just did. Okay, we just did this one. Now we're going to go back up, and now we're going to be working in the back loops only with single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13, and we're up to our stitch marker. That's going to know me that I know that's the middle stitch. So I'm going to put 14 right there. Then we're going to put one in the middle. I'm going to put my stitch marker in it. This is how we're going to do every row. Then I'm going to start again counting. 1, back loops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 and 15, but that's not uneven. It's just because we didn't count the other one on that side. Chain 1 and turn. And you're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up and around. When you get to the top part, you're going to do your last one there. Then you're going to put one in there, one in the middle, and one beside it. That's 3 in the top, so the middle space where you put your stitch marker. That's where you'll put your next 3. And then put your stitch marker in the middle one so you don't lose it. And then come down the side and then go back up again. Turn your work, go back up. And we're going to do that around and around and around and around and around and around and around until you get, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm thinking it was 10 rows. Let me see, I'll count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It'll be 13 when we get finished, but that's including something over here. So we're going to work our way out about 9 rows or 10 rows maybe. I'm not sure what we did here. We'll count it out and see. Because this one comes in right here. We have an extra row there where we're going to make the strap at the top. That'll all be done. This is all done in one piece, so we don't have to cut the yarn anywhere. So just keep doing this until you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 rows. I think it's 11 rows. We'll do 11 rows and I'll meet back up with you. So we're just going to continue. In the back loops, of course, doing your singles. I usually do count them. I'm actually not counting them at the moment. Although I can talk and count at the same time. I guess everyone can. So I'm just going to go right on up around the corner here. I'll do it with you one more time. Oh, got an itch. And the stitch markers, really, you really need to use that because you'll get lost. You'll lose that stitch and you'll have it all messed up. So we've done our last stitch there. We're now at the stitch marker, so I'm going to pull that out. Then we're going to put in single crochet, single crochet. That's the one we're going to put the stitch marker in. All these three are going in the same space, and another single crochet. Okay? Then we just go right back down the other side. And making sure you have the same amount of stitches on both sides. Like I said, I normally count it because it's not like you're making a giant piece of fabric, so you can count it. That way you don't make mistakes. Because it is easy. Once you get going, you just get going and you miss things. And when this piece is done, before we start doing this part, we have to decide, you have to make a decision what you want to be your front and what you want to be your back, because it does look different on both sides. I prefer this side as my front, so, because it'll depend on how you got to finish the other side over here as well. And you don't want two cups to turn out with one on one side and one on the other. That would be very frustrating, wouldn't it? So we're coming down to the end here. Got the last, let me count my stitches. Thought I had one more stitch to go. I just want to make sure, because sometimes I feel like I'm cramming a stitch in somewhere it don't want to be. Chain one and turn. And so we're going to continue doing that. And your piece will be, because we're doing a medium size, this is a medium size. So, well, you can't measure it with that, can you? It's not long enough. So here, it's about 13, 14 inches across, I think, something like that. It's about 13, 14 inches across. That measures about 7.5. So when you make your the first part of your cup, your measurement for that is on the medium size is 8 inches. So we're going to do 8 inches across, wherever that is. It's right here. That's 8 inches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows, I think. 12 rows. So we're going to do 12 rows. That's about 8 inches. And then we're going, and from the nipple to the bottom, oh, can I say that? From this part down to here is about 3.5 inches for the medium size. Okay? And then the part that we're going to add on over here is about 5.5 inches, stretched just to about 6, I think. So it fits a medium. It's a size for a medium. It's very easy to size up or down. So I'm going to continue on with that, and I'll catch back up with you when you have about 10, 11 rows, okay? Okay, so now I have my other cup done, and I've got to go do the outside part. So, because I want this to be my front side, I can't, it's not mirrored, so I'm going to have to cut this off. My yarn here. Whoops. Because it won't be the way I need it to be. On your first one, you won't have to cut the side off. you'll just continue doing it in one piece, but this one you have to, because I want this to be my front, and this side piece here needs to be going in that direction over here. So we're going to go into that first stitch. And I'm just going to pull this yarn through. I'm not going to bother with anything fancy-wancy. And I'm just going to secure it, not too tight. Pull up a chain. Do a single crochet in that first stitch. Just to get me going. I'm going to close this yarn in while I'm going. And just start going. In the back loops only. You're in there, back loop somewhere. Got 14 single crochets. Alright, and see, because I want mine to be this way, so I flipped it over and started on the back side. Because I don't want to crochet backwards, I guess I could say. So that was 14. Let's make sure that is where I put it. $14. Okay, so we're at 14. We're going to chain 1 and turn. We go back down 14. I think I went too far. Let me see, what did I do? I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did. I must have been thinking about another pattern. It's supposed to be 14. Single crochets in the back loop, back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and chain and turn. Now we're going to take this row down to 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to go in there, pick up a loop, go to the next one, pick up a loop, and that'll be 13. Close it off. Chain 1 and turn. Now we're going back down 13. Chain 1 and turn. We're doing this. Now we're going down to 12. Do our decrease. Chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to go down. We've done 14. What we've done here? 14, 13, 12. Chain 1 and turn. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, chain 1 and turn. Go down the 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, chain 1 and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, decrease 10, chain 1 and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chain 1 and turn. Now we'll do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, decrease, 9, chain 1 and turn, 9 down, chain 1 and turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, decrease, 8, turn, chain 1 turn, whoops, 6, 7, 8, chain 1 and turn. Okay, let's see where we are. That's 8, I think I said we were at 8. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So now we're going to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, decrease to 7, chain 1 and turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, chain 1 and turn, okay, let's count, let's see. 17, 17. So we are in the correct position. Now we're going to go zooming up this back piece. This is how it's going to look, like this. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. Okay. So now I'm just going to go in the back loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let me make sure. We're in the same phase. Minus that. Okay. Now we're up here at this top part. I'm doing mine from the back to the front because I need to flip mine over this way. And I don't want to cut my yarn and do that. Okay, so we're up at the top, and now we're going to go across this top part with just single crochets up till we get to the point at the top, and then I'll show you what we'll do there. So I'm just going to go I'm going to chain 1, then I'm going to go right into this first stitch and do a single crochet, and I'm going to try to do a single crochet in each stitch. 16 and 17 in that last stitch there. It can be a little tight, but it's 17 rows, so I wanted 17 stitches. Okay, now we have this big place in the corner here, that like a hole situation type thing, which is like right here. So we're just going to put 2 together in there, 2, not together, but you know, 2 in the same space in that hole. 1, 2, it sort of fills in that hole, and then go back in the back loops again. Okay, now we're up to the point where we're going to put our, pull out your marker, and in there we're going to do our single crochet. And normally we do our 3 there, so instead of that second one there, we're going to chain 70. And 70 and one more, and then in the next first one from the hook, do your first single crochet. You're just going to go all the way back down that chain, doing your 70 single crochets till you reach back to the top of the bra cup. Okay? I'm not going to do all of them on camera, so here's what we're doing. And you're just going to go all the way back down to the top of the bra cup, and I'll meet back up with you there, okay? Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my long strap. I've got one left, one single crochet and a chain. Now I'm going to put my second single crochet back in the top there where I would have had 3. Now I'm going to put my next one. There's the 3 in the top. And then I'm just going to keep going down the row till I get to the end in the back loops. And this actually counts as row 13 on the cup. I'm going to crochet this. Actually, I'm not, because I like to tie that in the middle. I know everybody's all about hiding your strings, but the 2 that end up in the middle I like to keep out free because at some point I will tie them together to give me a little more stability in that middle section. Okay, so now we're down to the end part, so we're just going to cut our yarn, secure it, and now I have my 2 panels in the top section here, and this is what you'll have. 2 panels, your top panel sections, and next we'll be doing connecting them together on the bottom. So basically this part is done and your side parts are done. I go on the side, that goes around the side like that. Remember, we're making a medium size. And this is what it looks like from the back. And then it'll be like that far apart, like about 6 inches. And we're going to do a corset back closure. Okay? So get your 2 pieces done, and I'll meet back up with you here. And we will go from there. Okay? Good luck. Okay, so now I've turned my pieces upside down, right side out, facing me, as you can see. And I've connected my yarn with a slip stitch. And then I did a single crochet in that very first row of stitches. Right there it is. I'm going to crochet this end piece in as I go. And on each side of the bra, I need 41 stitches on this side and 41 on this side. If you actually count, you'll probably have 42 stitches, but we don't want that. We want 41 on this side, 41 on this side, and when we connect, we'll do the 41 on that side as well. So we'll end up with 82 stitches. And we're just going to do single crochets all the way across, connect, finish off the same thing that side. 41 stitches. So the easiest way to do that, I think, and the cleanest way, like I'm going to try to go into each row of stitches. Certainly where there's a V stitch, I'm going to go through that. And then probably in here like this, sort of in that stitch there. So what I'll do is I'll just skip one of these probably. So I do the first one, now the second one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm just 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to skip this one, go into the next one. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because we skipped over that one. Now we have 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and my last one here, I have 41. There, like that, 41. Quite simple. Now we're going to take our other piece. I need to tie on some yarn, and it's going to fade into a little bit of a different color. Okay, we have all these extra strings here. I'm just going to push those out of the way for now. And we're going to go in here on our first stitch. We just pull up our working loop here. Make sure it doesn't get all loosey-goosey. Now I'm going to pull this over here. And we're going to grab that stitch. This will be 2, 3, excuse me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we're going to 10, and we're just going to skip this one, go into 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and that last stitch. 41. So we have a total of 82 stitches across here. Okay. And now we're simply going to just chain one, turn your work. Now we're working on this side, and I'm just going to tie these because they're there. And that one's pulled there. Let's cut that one, cut that, cut that. That's down. Okay. Now we're working on the back side of our work. And we're going to start working in the back loops. And we're going to start doing that brioche crochet stitch. So it's in the back loop. We've already got this loop on here, so we're going to go in here, pull up our loop. Well, no, we're not going to do the brioche. So we're going to yarn over, go in the back loop, pull that loop up, and just pull it through the two loops there on the hook. Got that, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull it through the two loops backwards, sort of. You can look it up on any of my brioche crochet scarf stuff. It's a very simple stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the two loops. You got one on, yarn over, now you got two. Pull up a loop in the next stitch, pull it through those two loops. And just do that all the way across. You should have 82 stitches when you get to the other side. I'll do a few more. So we're just going to do this all the way across. Okay? And then when you get to the end, chain one and turn your work. Okay, so here we are. I finished that row across. In the back, and I chained one and I turned my work. And now I've begun the second row of the same stitch across. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the two loops. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the two loops. And we're just going to do that all the way across the row. I'm working on the front side of my work now. And you should be as well. So that's what we're doing. We did our first row there. Now we're doing the second row of the same stitch. This whole next section is going to be done with the same stitch. So we're just going to do another row all the way across and chain one and turn, and I'll meet you back up there. Okay? Okay, I'm coming up to the end of this row of my connected double stitch. This is what I was told it was called. I'm not sure yet, but okay. So I have a few more left. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull it through the 2 loops. Now I'm at the end of that row. You can see what we've done. So now we're going to chain 1, turn your work. Now we're on the back side, and we're just going to go across and do an entire another row of this stitch. When you get to the end, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you'll be on the front, okay? So we finished that row. That's the second row. We're going to do a third row across here. Then we'll chain 1, turn our work, and do a 4th row across here. And then we'll chain 1, turn our work, go back across, and we'll be back on the front. So let's start this row. We've chained 1. Now we'll go all the way across on here, we're on the back. We'll get here, we'll chain 1 and turn, okay? And then I'll catch back up with you there. Okay, I've come to the end of this row. Chained 1. Now I'm going to turn my work. We're back on the front, and here's what we have so far. 1, 2, 3 rows. So now we're going to start our pattern. So you've chained your 1. Now you can look at any of my videos where I did brioche scarves or any brioche crochet, because that's what this is. And I'm using that same pattern I did in the brioche scarf, which is a video with a purple scarf. So if you need more instruction. So we're here on the 1, 2, 3, the 4th row. We're going to start our pattern. So we've chained 1 in the first stitch. We're going to continue doing our same double connected stitch in the very first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And of course we're doing it in the back loops. This whole pattern, this whole section is done in the back loops as well. And so you've done 12 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work. Now we're going to do 12 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Chain 1 and turn your work. That was 12. So now we're going to do 10 stitches. Back loops, of course. And 10. Chain 1, turn your work. 10 back. and 10. Chain 1, turn your work. Now we're going to do 8 stitches. Seven and 8. Chain 1, turn your work. Do 8 back. Eight, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do 6 stitches. And 6, chain 1 and turn, 6 stitches back, and 6, chain 1 and turn. We've chained 1, turned our work. Now this is what we've created on our edge here. I like to stretch everything out so it's not all tight and pulled up like it's puckered, because it isn't. So we have our little stair step there. So now we're going to go down this hill to here. Okay. I'll have a stitch marker handy because you'll be using it on this pattern. You are going to need it. You can use a piece of yarn, you can use a paper clip, you can use whatever you have, but you need a stitch marker. So okay, we've chained 1, so in the first one we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That one likes to hide back there. 6. Okay, 7's going to be under this little bump right here, so we're going to yarn under, go over that little bump. It's the end of that chain row right there. There's a little bump. Go under that bump. Like that. And then you have 2 stitches over here, so we're going to skip this little hole here and go into this stitch for number 7. Number 8's right there also. Number 9 is under the bump. Pick it up over there. 10. 11 under the bump. Cross over, pick it up. 12. 13's under this bump. Over here, pick it up. 13, now we're down here. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. We'll do 22 stitches down that heel, like so. Just like that, 22 stitches. Okay. So now we're going to chain one. We're going back up this heel. So I'm going to chain one and turn. And we're going to do 16 stitches up this way. And 16 right up this row. Sixteen stitches, and we'll have 2, 4, 6 stitches left here, and we're going to pick those up later. Chain one and turn. Now we're going down the hill. When we're going up the hill, we'll be doing 16. When we come down the hill, we'll be doing 14. Okay, so now we're going to do 14 stitches down that little slope. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Chain one, turn your work. So now we're going back up this hill. We're going to do 16 and pick up these 2 stitches here. And like I said, if you need more instruction on this particular piece of the pattern, just look at my purple brioche scarf and it's all there. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now we're going to go under that bump on the end of this row again, yarn over, go across there and pick up the stitch for 15, and yarn over, and 16 for the next stitch. And we'll have 4 stitches left there. Chain one and turn. Here's what we're doing. Go down 14. 14, chain 1 and turn. And we're going back up 16 and pick up 2 of these stitches over here. Sixteen, chain 1, we got 2 stitches left, turn your work, going down 14, and 14, chain 1, turn your work, now we're going to go back up 16 stitches this way and pick up these last 2 stitches over here. Thirteen, 14, 15, go under that bump, pick it up over there, that's 15, and the last one is 16, chain 1 and turn, okay, here's what we're doing. So now we have our little stair step section here. We're going to come all the way down here, 32 stitches. Starting here, in our first stitch, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now on that 10th stitch, we're going to take our stitch marker and put it right in that 10th stitch. That's going to help us to keep our stitches straight as we go. And we're always going to do that now all the way across. So now we're just going to go down, continue with number 11, all the way down to 32 stitches, going over that bump and those bump stitches. So this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Okay, and that completes one motif, one of those petals there, with 32 stitches here. Now we're going to chain one, turn our work, and we're just going to repeat the same process we did there. We're going to go up 16, and you already have your marker there. So you should, once you get 16, you'll have 6 stitches left in between there. And you'll just keep doing the same thing we did on the first one. You can just repeat it, back it up, and look at it again. And make another leaf there. And I'll get you started. You'll start always with your 16 stitches. And there's 16, and we should have 6 stitches from, there's our marker, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll always have 6 stitches there. Chain 1, you did 16 stitches, turn your work. Now we'll go down the hill, like we did here. We did the same thing, so we got 14 stitches, then 16, 14, 16, 14, until you've taken all of those stitches up like we did over there. There's 6 stitches there, you'll get 2 on each one. And then you'll come down 32 more stitches all the way just like we did here. And I'll meet up with you when you get almost to the end, because it'll be a little different, and I want to show you how we're going to do that. So just continue in your pattern. Okay, so I've come to the end of the line with the petal motif, or whatever you want to call it, leaf. I've come down my last one here to 32 here on this one. 32 stitches to the end. And I've chained one. I'm going to turn my work. Now we're going to go back 16 this way. 14, 15, and 16. Up the heel, 16. 2, 4, 6 stitches in this area till we get to our marker. So we're going to do our last little leaf motif here. Chain 1, turn. $14. There's 14, chain 1 and turn. And we're going to go 16, pick up 2 of these. $13, $14, go into the bump, pick up 15 over here, and 16, chain 1 and turn, going back down the hill, 14, 14, and 14 with 2 left there on the end, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going up the hill, 16, pick up 2 stitches over here. $14, $15, 16, chain 1 and turn. I've got 2 stitches left here to pick up on the next run around. Whoops, gotta do a tie-in. Okay, so we're doing 14. Fourteen, chain 1, turn your work. Going back up the hill, pick up our last 2 stitches with 16. Fourteen, 15 and 16, chain 1, turn your work. Okay, now we're going to go back down and close up our petal. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to move our stitch marker over into that 10th stitch. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 under the bump, pick it up over there. It's 21, and our last stitch is 22. 22, not 32, 22. And just chain 1 for now. Okay. And so get to the end of that, and I'll come and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so we've turned our work back around, and I've done 6 stitches here, up to here, 6 stitches. We have our marker where we put it on our 10th stitch there. So we have 6 stitches. And then here you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to go back on the same 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, chain 1 and turn, now we're going to go 8 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, under the bump, go over and pick up 7 and 8, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to go back down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, now we're going to go up 10 stitches and pick up 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, under the bump, pick up 9 and 10, we have 2 stitches left there, chain 1, turn, go back down, same amount, 10 or 8 or whatever it was, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, chain 1, turn your work, now we're going to go up and pick up these 2, that's 12 stitches. Nine, 10, go into the bump, 11 and 12, that's our last one there, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do 12 back down to the beginning of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last stitch 12, and we're just going to leave it there for a moment. Give it a little stretch, and you can see this is coming in nicely, just like the rest of them. Whoop, 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 whoop. We have 10, and the last one ends with 12. Like that is what we just finished. So it comes together in the back evenly, okay? So we're going to leave it like that for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I chained one, turned my work. Remember we had 12 stitches here in the end, so I'm going up 12 stitches. 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be 12 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now here we are on the part where let me get this out of the way. Where they go like that on the bottom section, because this is what we're looking at. So we're going this way. So we're going to go under that bump to pick it up, yarn over, go under the bump. And then I just start counting here because each one of these is 10 stitches. And you pick it up on the bump there like that. So go over there and pick that stitch up. I count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because there's 10 stitches on top of every one of those. Now we're going to get down to this 10 stitches, so we're going to go under that bump that we always do, and go down here and start on the 10 stitches. Number 1's here. And that's 10. So there'll be like a little dip in it, which is what we want. Shows the pattern design that goes around into there, like that. Well, we're looking at the back, but on the front, there it is. So now we're going to jump over that little bump, get in that bump, and go over here and start our next group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right here is 10. Okay, and so I'm just going to continue that all the way across the bottom, okay, of our piece. And I'll see you when we get to the end. Okay, so now we're going to do in the back part where it comes together. We're going to do some work on that area there in the back. So we've come across this row now, and it's sort of a little scallopy looking. And we've gotten to the end of that row here, right here. I've chained 1, and I'm going to turn my work this way. I'm working on the back right now, the back side of the fabric. And we're going to go in this first stitch and do a single crochet. I'm going to try to get 22 single crochets across here. Try to even them out as best you can. like that. I have 23 actually, but I'll get rid of that stitch. 23. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to go back down. I'm not going to put anything in that. There's a chain there, so I'm going to chain. Oh, we already chained 1, so we're going to chain 2, 3, and 4. I think that'll be enough to pull our little tie through. 4. Okay, and I think we said we had 23, so I'm going to put this into the, this will be 1, this will be 2. I'm going to put this into the third one and just do a slip stitch. And then I'm going to do 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3, whoops, gotta try another thread. Okay, you know what, I'm going to just take all this out because I'm back to that chain 1, the original chain 1. I want to put 22 stitches in here. I had 23. I want 22 stitches, okay? So we're going to do half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, half doubles. Go in there, that'll be 15. I'm going to skip this one here because it's kind of, I'm going to push, well I'm not going to skip, I'm skipping that bump and I'm going in here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 in the last stitch here. Oh, that's a tough one. So I've got 22 half double crochets down that edge. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work. Now we're on the front side of our work, working down. We have our 22 half double crochets. Sorry that you had to pull that out, but I did not like what was happening there. Okay, so we're going to put our loops. That's a loop, 4 chains. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to do half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go 1, 2, 3, where we're going to do a half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, how do we get 4 there? Oh Lord, I'm just going crazy. Let me take this out. That's not correct. So we have our 4 stitches there. I'm sorry. We have our 4 stitches in the beginning. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 1 double, 1 half double, 2 half doubles, 3 half doubles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3 half doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, skip 3 to the third one, put 3 half doubles, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we only have 2 stitches left. Just put it 1, 2, put it out here on this little stitch out here to make it 3, and just do 1 half double. Or actually we won't even do that, we'll just, so we can get some good structure there, we'll just finish that stitch like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places for our tie, or however you feel like spacing yours out. That's how I'm doing it. Cut that off so that you can sew it in like so. Now we're going to go here on the wrong side of this one on the other end, and we're going to get 22 stitches in here as well, half doubles. So doesn't matter where you start. I'm just going to turn it over this way so I can start on the same end that I did over there. I'm just going to push this through. I'm just going to make a little slip knot. Excuse me. Chain. And then do our first half double, catching that tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I thought that was 15, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 in the last one. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn. One, 2, 3, half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4. What is my problem? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just connect it in that very last stitch. With a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cut that yarn. You can stitch that in later. Okay. So here's where we are now. We have our straps in the way. So we've completed the bottom section, which is going to be like this when you close it together in the back. Okay. And I'm going to make a strap to put in the back, in this back section, to lace it up, and then we're going to do maybe some other things too to embellish it. So we've got 5 places there for a strap, so I'm going to do it the same as I did this piece here. I'm just going to make a chain. This one's 70, probably about 150, 170 stitches, and then do the single crochets on it just like this. I'm going to make that and come back, okay? Okay, so here's my strap for the back. I've started in with my sort of a light yellow color, I guess it is. Just mixed it on in there. I did 200 chains and 200 single crochets for my lace up the back. So now what I've done is I'm on my front side of my work. I guess facing me would be the right side of it. The right side of the piece, that is. So I've just tied on some yellow yarn. And I've done 3 single crochets. I'm crocheting in that tail at the same time. So now I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to come down in that first loop. There's the stitch, that loop on that side. And I'm just going to do a chain stitch. Chain it in there. Slip stitch, I mean. Then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do a single crochet in that same stitch. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chains. Then I'm going to come down on that leg on that side of the stitch, do a slip stitch, hold that tail down that I'm crocheting in there. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to go into that next stitch and do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, like that. It's almost like a little flower sort of type thing, little flowery thing. And I just do that across here. Then I switch to a Susan Bates size E or a 4 or 3.5 millimeter to do this. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go back in that second leg on that side. Slip stitch it. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet in the same hole there. 1, 2, 3. In that second leg of the stitch on the left there. Slip stitch it. We've got 3 little flower petals there. Now we're going to go into the next stitch into a single crochet. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to do that little petal across the top. I don't like that. We're going to take this out too. I know I'm making y'all crazy taking stuff out. It is 1, 2, and 3. Whoops. That thing was catching. I want to do it a little different. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to do 1, 2, 3 chains. We're going to do 3 single crochets, 3 chains. Come back into that first leg, that leg on that side of the stitch. There's 2. We're just going to go under there, slip it in, chain 3, go back to that same one, slip it in, chain 1, 2, 3, go back to that same one, slip it in, then go into the next stitch and do your single crochet. 1, 2, 3, like that. That's how I want to do it. Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get you off track there. So now we're on the next one. So we'll chain 3. We did our 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 chains. Go in, there's 2 legs there. Go under that one there. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch under the same one. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch under the same one. Now go into that next stitch and do your single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, that's much cuter, don't you think? So we're going to do that all the way up to here, to the top, and I'll meet you when we get up to the top. I'll do one more. 1, 2, 3 chains, go under that bar there, the second one of the stitch, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch under the same bar, 1, whoops, 2, 3, slip stitch under the same bar, and then go into your next stitch with your first single crochet, 1, 2, and 3, like that. So just go all the way across, and even if it doesn't end up on the right stitch on the other end, we'll make it work, don't worry. So I'll catch you when you get to the top of the point of the bra cup, okay? Okay, so when we get to the top, where the top of our cup is where our strap is at, we finished this one, so we have 1, 2, and where we're going to put 3 is, if you see there's a V right here, boop, 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 we're going to go under that V, and that's going to be our third half single crochet, like right here, just like this. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3 chains, coming back into that same, just how we've been doing it. 1, 2, 3, come back into that same leg of the stitch, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, come back into that same leg of the stitch, slip stitch, and then we're just gonna move on to our next stitch. 1, 2, 3, and we'll make our next flower. And so what happens is, I like to give each one a little pull too, because that makes them nice. It'll just be right up at the top of the strap like that. And it'll be the same way on the other side as well. Can you see that? And then the strap just comes right out the top. It doesn't matter if it's not, mine happens to just be right on it, yours may not be, and that's okay too. And then just continue around doing your flower design, and I'll meet back up with you when we get down to this section here and show you what we're going to do there, okay? Okay, so I've gotten down to the center part. I've done my last little flower thing here, and I have this is the bottom. I'm going to go into this and this right here. I'm just going to go right in here and grab this, and then go right over here. I want it to be the same space, and grab that. Pull it together and just do a single crochet right there. Then I'm going to sort of turn my work and go right into that next stitch and do a single crochet, and then do 1, 2, 3, make a little flower thing here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then go into my next stitches. 1, 2, 3, like that. So it's just like a roughly little flower there. Then there's one stitch, and then a little flower here, And it doesn't matter how it lays in, doesn't matter, it's just a frilly little flowery edge. And it pulled, because I wanted to also pull those two together a little bit tighter down here. So, and I made it, you know, I wanted it to be sort of the same. So now we're going back up this side. 1, 2, 3. Put it in that leg of the stitch. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch to the same leg. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch to the same leg. Go into your next stitch with a single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Just like the other side. I like to give them a little push and pull me. And just work your way up to there and do the same thing we did here. And then go down the other side all the way to the end, and I'll meet you up there. Okay, so I'm at the end of my little flower row around the top, and I ended with 3 just like I started with 3 on the other side. I'm going to have to pull this yarn in because I couldn't work that in, so I'm just going to work it in now. And that part is done as well. So you can see what we have here. Get this one woven in somehow. Okay, so here we are at this point. I can take these markers out. I was just marking stitches. You know, this is my front. This actually is a piece that you could, look, I need to weave this one in. You could reverse it if you wanted to. It certainly would work on either side. It could work on either side, I suppose. So we have our strap section in the back. It'll all go together like this in the back. And of course our straps here. And from the other side. Okay. And that's the top. Here's the strap. I'll put it on my mannequins so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here it is on my mannequin. And now you can see the petal design or leaf or whatever you want to call it in the bottom area. It's a beautiful top, easy to make. And it goes up under the arm so you don't have side boob. People say they hate that. So. Here's the back view. It laces down the back like a corset, so it comes together on her because she's real tiny. But it would fit like a medium to a large size, I'm quite sure. As you can see, it comes down under the arm and the back. And ties at the neck.